Hi, I'm Jordan Sparks, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I poop inside my van. So, a question that I often get is how do I go to the bathroom, whether it is going pee, doing number two, how I go about doing that living in a van. So I'm going to cover all of the different ways that I do that in this video, and I'm going to be using the shovel as a wand. But I'm also going to go over some past methods that I used to use as well. So essentially, when I got this van, I had originally done a no-build conversion that was before I really had practical experience living in this van, and it was based off of all of the van videos that I was watching from people doing van life online on YouTube. And so I had like a gorgeous red curtain here that was like illustrious and shiny, and it used to have a shower bar that I got that went across here, and that was a privacy curtain, and I had a totally different bed setup and everything. But I also wasn't bringing all of my stuff around in my vehicle either. I had it all in storage in my parents' shop back in Alberta at the time. Now I have everything that I own in my vehicle with me everywhere that I go. So essentially with that version, I was taking a lot of tips and tricks that I got from online, and a lot of people were purchasing at the time something called a luggable loo. So it is like a portable bathroom if you haven't heard of it before. But the thing with the luggable loo is it is basically like a, I think 20-gallon pail with a toilet seat on it. And then you can get liners that are like a biodegradable, I believe, garbage bag that go into the luggable loo inside that pail. And then you have the toilet seat on top, and then you use that as a bathroom. My problem with that is, for one, the luggable loo is insanely expensive for being a toilet seat on top of a bucket. But for two, the luggable loo is also like way too expensive, but it is really big. It's a really big pail, and I just didn't find that was appropriate for me personally in my Dodge Grand Caravan. And so I have seen a lot of people use them, and they look like they would be nice and convenient to have. For me, it would be way too much space. So I've never had a Luggaboo. It's also a full-size toilet. So what I did instead, this is what I used to do that I no longer do, is I went to Canadian Tire and I bought a 10-gallon pail. So it was about half the size. It's almost maybe a little more than double, I think, the size of like an ice cream pail that you would get from the grocery store. And then I went and bought one of those potty training seats that you can get that you put on top of a regular toilet seat for children to potty train. And it actually turned out that the potty training seat fit perfectly. Like literally they have like a little slot at the bottom so that they fit into your toilet seat. It snugly fit into the pail so that they would interlock, so you wouldn't have to worry about any kind of spillage or anything. And the seat was just big enough personally for me to use. I only ended up using that like once or twice. I literally took this Canadian Tire branded pail that I got for a few dollars because I wasn't about to spend like $100 or whatever it was for the Logo Blue. Maybe even more than $100. They were insane when I saw them for sale. And I would put little grocery bags like this to line the pail, and I would just put two of these, and these are actually scented. They're orange scented. The ones that I had before were green apple scented. I just got them from Dollarama. And I would line the pail with the bags, and then I would put the toilet seat on top of that, and that's what I would do for number two. Now, for number one, I would just go outside because I am a guy. And otherwise, if I am not going outside, I also have a cup here. This is my pee cup. For a lot of male solo travelers or people that do van life, you've probably seen people have a pee cup or a pee jug or a pee bottle. And then for women, a lot of the time, they have a pee cup and then like a funnel so that they can use the cup to go to the bathroom. Unfortunately, it's more difficult, obviously, to do that as a woman than it is to be a guy. It's a lot easier. That's just a privilege that we have for having a ding-dong. But those were some options. I personally ended up giving away the potty training seat to my friend who was potty training her daughter at the time, and I threw out the pail. I don't use that anymore. So what do I do now? Now I use this cup. This is my pee cup, or I go outside, or I just go into the bathroom. This is honestly what I do most often, is I just go into a public bathroom. So for me, I'd say the most common is a Walmart, but sometimes I go into a McDonald's or just anywhere else that I can go. I'll maybe just go grab like a coffee somewhere and then use their bathroom. It's that simple. You don't need to poop multiple times a day, so like going to get it, so to go in somewhere and grab a coffee once a day and use the bathroom is not the worst thing at all. I personally park at Walmart most nights, so to just go into the Walmart in the morning, I can grab a coffee at the McDonald's, use the bathroom at the Walmart, and I'm good to go. Otherwise, if I am in a emergency situation, I have a few times had to go park somewhere privately, and yes, it's gross, but take literally 2 layers of these plastic bags and then squat over that and do your business, tie it up and dispose of it where you can dispose of waste. And if not, that is where the shovel comes in. I've never had to use the shovel myself, but I actually got this tip from some van lifers that do more kind of like outback boondocking, and essentially they grabbed a shovel like this, they go out into the woods, dig themselves a little hole. I think that there's like a name for it as well. Do their business in the hole, bury up the little hole so that it can be returned to nature, and that is what they do. So there are also other different options as well. I'll sometimes use a porta potty if I'm out at Mac Johnson where I am today, just to go number 2. But other options I've seen are chemical toilets. So they're a lot more expensive, but you can get ones that are like this big, for example, and it's just like a small compact toilet with a regular toilet seat and a regular toilet lid, and inside of it there are chemicals that will help break down your duty, and then you dispose of that where you can dispose of waste. And they have ones that are small, they have ones that are a little bit taller, and I know that these can range in price, but they're all very, very expensive, and keep in mind that you have to keep around chemicals for these. I've seen some other options that are also insanely expensive. Like we're talking $400 or $500 for a toilet that you bring along camping, or in this case living in a vehicle or an RV or something like that. And that's insane when there's no plumbing involved. It's just like a little plastic toilet. So some other ones that I've seen are very, very small. There's like this red one that's $500, and I believe that it like cycles through. For one, there's the toilet seat and there's like a little hole, and then there's another hole in the back so that it organizes, let's say, your number 1 from your number 2, and then you can just dump out the water department with the gray water where the pee goes into, and then the rest goes into another area where I believe there's like some kind of cat litter that it mixes in with so that you can keep it in there, and then it doesn't create a smell, and you can dispose of that later. These little contraptions to me are a lot more excessive in terms of cost. Like, I don't make enough money to be spending something like that on a toilet. If there's a brand watching this video and they would like to send me one so that they can change my mind and I can try it out and show it to you guys on video, that would be great. But yeah, I'm not going to be spending my money on that anytime soon. But yeah, those are my different ways of how I go to the bathroom. It is honestly the most annoying part of van life, but it hasn't been a huge problem so far. And thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for 400 subscribers on this channel. That is awesome. I appreciate all of you guys that have been tuning in and watching my journey and leaving advice for me, as well as just commenting and creating a little community here on this YouTube channel. So thank you for that. But I think that that is it for me for today's video. So I will catch you guys another day. Thanks for watching. Bye.